Hello, my name is Christine Barker, the Results Product Manager and Training Consultant. So we're here today to talk about fractional measures. We've often heard that our clients want to capture the numerator in the denominator. It's often the measure is percent. We now have that functionality. To go ahead and set those measures up, we begin the process the same. I'm going to go ahead and add an outcome measure related to application processing timeliness. So I've gone ahead and put the code in and the name, and I hit add. Okay, I'm going to go into my edit measure and define all my fields. I'm just going to go ahead and put in percent of applications processed within 30 days. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this is a monthly measure. I'm going to skip some of these fields and get to the fractional part. This is a good high. I want to process a lot of my applications on time. I'm going to keep it scorecard bars. But this is where we have added the new fields here. Is this value fractional? Do I have a numerator and a denominator that I want to capture? And I'm going to say yes. Okay, you'll see that once I do that, I have the ability then to open, to actually name my numerator and my denominator. I'm going to first say, though, that I do want this number to actually, the end calculation of that numerator denominator to show as a percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and set yes. And then I'm going to actually name it. So I'm going to say, the number processed is on the top, so number of applications processed, okay, within 24 hours, and over the total number of applications received. Okay, and then I go ahead and I hit save. And I go ahead and I set my thresholds up like I normally do. I'll say I want a target of 80. Okay, and then I set my thresholds the same. Go ahead and do that quickly. And I hit add. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and show you how you enter in your data. So I'm going to go to edit values. Okay, you'll see here now on the edit value screen, it is actually naming my numerator and denominator, reminding me of what that was supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and add that in for the first of the month. And I'm going to say I completed maybe 60 out of 90 totally received. And I go ahead and hit add. And it's as simple as that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our chart. So you'll see when I go ahead and I look at my chart, I'm going to change the state range so it's a little easier to see and start at the beginning of the year here. Okay, and you'll see here that it's telling me that this is a percent. It shows my numerator and denominator up here in the measure details. And then when I go over and I hover over my bar, it not only shows me what the value is, that the ending calculation of that numerator and denominator. I had processed 60 applications, 90 were received. So I'm able to drill down, and I also see the ending value of 66.67%. And I see my target and my thresholds. Now let's talk about if you change your mind and you do not want this no longer to be a fractional measure. Okay, you do have the option to convert by simply going to edit measure and selecting no. But if I do that, you'll see here that it's giving me a warning that if I go ahead and do a conversion, I will lose any values received to that point. But everything else remains the same. So if it is needed to do that and I want to keep my target and my thresholds, the template type, scorecard, I can go ahead and convert that, hit yes, okay. And then when I go to edit values, didn't save it yet. Okay. So then when I go ahead and to edit values, I only am entering in the one value. Okay, so that April 1st is now stripped clean. So if I needed to go ahead and enter that in, I can just hit, if I recall, that was about 67%. I can go ahead and hit saved. My measure details, that numerator and denominator, are no longer showing. If you have any questions about setting up a fractional measure, whether it's related to the setup or entering data or converting, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.